Lesson number 3 of Plant Biology, Food and the Environment will give students the opportunity to investigate genetically modified foods. This lesson has been segmented into 3 key questions, which include: what is a genetically modified food? What are the advantages of genetically modified foods? And what are the disadvantages of genetically modified foods? Instructional design principles were addressed in the construction of this page. As you can see from the panned view of the page itself, you will see that segmenting was used. Because of the complexity of the information and the key questions that are being addressed, the page was broken up into 3 separate sections within the lesson. Due to the amount of information that students would be covering and the curriculum, cognitive workload was taken into account in the design of the page. It is the hope of the designer that the segmenting of the page will reduce the likelihood of confusion or the user becoming overwhelmed or frustrated with the page. As a result, the user will become more confident with the tool itself, as well as becoming more comfortable with the information. The layout of the learning tool is clear, concise, and void of extraneous audio, graphic, or textual information. The first key question that is addressed in this lesson is, what is a genetically modified food? Now, I went under the assumption that students would be coming into this lesson with very little or no knowledge of a genetically modified organism or food. I actually found a video that was created by Scientific America, and this video actually addresses a couple of instructional design principles, including personalization. This video also addresses the multimedia principle because the material was being supported by relevant pictures and words. Also, a learning theory that is addressed in this section of the lesson is the ARC's motivation method of design, and that is because the language in this video is concrete, specific, and is familiar to the learner. After students finished watching the video, they would read the brief paragraph below. Within the paragraph is a link to a quiz that was designed and written by Peter Goldsboro and Steve Talley from Purdue University. This quiz asks a series of questions regarding genetically modified foods. As the students answer the questions and complete the quiz on their own, they can start reflecting on their answers and their knowledge and understanding and how that compares with the answers on the quiz. This would allow students to start constructing their own reality around genetically modified foods and how these foods play a role in their own life. The second key question that is addressed in Lesson 3 is, what are the advantages of genetically modified foods? I found a video that would give students the opportunity to see what the benefits are of using genetically modified organisms in our society today. Throughout the entire video, he has a very calm demeanor as well as an enthusiastic energy about the information that he is presenting to the learner. Third key question in Lesson 3 is, what are the disadvantages of genetically modified foods? I included the video directly on the page so that the page is not cluttered with other links and so that the usage of the page is very straightforward and easy for the user to access. Also, the video addresses several instructional design principles, including the multimedia, coherence, personalization, and segmenting principles. The video is broken up into 5 clear sections. There are many graphics and text in the video that will help improve the user's understanding of the disadvantages of genetically modified foods, and the voice on the video helps tie everything together, which will help the student develop a deeper understanding of the material and also make the learning more relevant for that user. The final activity in Lesson 3 that students would have to complete before moving on to the culminating activity would be the reading of an article that describes the effects of genetically modified organisms, including pesticides, on bees. And after they complete the article, they would move on to an activity that involves the incorporation of TWIDLA and they would have to create a mind map and make connections with their learning to that of the understandings and contributions of other participants in the course.